Hey everyone, it's Riley, and today I want to share a few theme ideas that you can use for the month of May, or obviously any other month that you want to. So welcome back to my channel. I do a lot of bullet journaling content, some doodle tutorials, I make custom bullet journals, and lately I've been showing like the behind the scenes of that along with the flip throughs. So if you enjoy content like this, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. And I would love to hear from you guys down in the comments if you have any feedback about future themes that you'd like to see, questions that you have, all of that. So in today's video, I want to walk you through 3 simple themes that I think should be doable for pretty much anyone that you can use in your bullet journal. So I'm just going to set up 3 different title pages, and then you can take those doodles, those colors, those fonts, whatever you like, and just apply them to whatever other pages you want to use in a month. So I'm going to link my own plan with me video right here so you can see the different pages that I use every month in my journal. But of course, that is all up to you. So comment below which of these themes is your favorite. Feel free to check the description box if you're interested in knowing about any of my supplies. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to tag me on Instagram if you decide to use any of these themes for yourself. All right, so I'm actually going to be setting up today's themes in a custom bullet journal that I'm currently working on. So none of them will actually be for the month of May, but I am going to show you like how I would letter May, and then of course the rest of the theme just stays the same. So I've already done some of the work in here, and yeah, there will be a flip through of this up once I'm done it. But for now, I just thought that I would, you know, kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone instead of doing these themes by myself off camera and then having to come up with more like ideas to share with you. I decided to just share these ideas, and lots of these theme ideas that I'm using in this journal came from a poll that I took over on Instagram. So if you see a theme that you recommended and yeah, you recognize that it was you, let me know down in the comments, and thank you so much for contributing. The first theme that I'm going to go with is this little bird theme, and I did this in a custom bullet journal like years ago, like one of the earlier custom journals that I did. So I'm going to use 2 colors for it. I'm using this pink 772 and then a yellow 991 from Tombow. The first time I did this, I used like kind of a rusty orange and then the zebra mild liner like smoke blue, and I loved that combination. But the person who ordered this journal likes soft pastel colors, so that is what we're going with here. So this is the wing of the bird. I have no idea how to describe that shape, but that's the shape that you want to draw, or at least something kind of in that vicinity. Then we're going to draw the head, just kind of rounded, and then the belly, which is going to tuck under the wing, and then we want a tail coming out from under the wing as well, and just color all of that in. All right, now the next thing that you need is some kind of black pen, black fine liner. This is maybe a little bit thicker than what I would like, but my next like fine liner, that's the next biggest, is kind of smaller than I would like, so I'm just gonna go with this. And basically we want to draw like a branch that the bird is sitting on. Now, of course, you could do the branch in color and, you know, do a brown branch with green leaves, but I kind of decided to do the branch, and the leaves are just going to be black to kind of add some contrast between that and the rest of the illustration. So I've just got some like branches going. I'm also going to add little legs to the bird, a beak, and an eyeball, just a dot. And then I'm going to add some leaves as well that are just going to get colored in with black. Alright, and that is the sound of my son waking up from his nap, so I'm gonna have to pause and come back to this. Alright, so he's up, he's in the jelly jumper, which means he'll probably be able to hear him. You'll also probably be able to hear the washing machine, because that's what he's watching right now. He loves the lights and when the clothes go swishing around, so that's basically the only time I can get him to actually enjoy the jelly jumper. He just is such like a busy boy, you know, like he's a great baby, but he's not an easy baby. He always has to be doing something, so he's always crawling, climbing on things, just like exploring, oftentimes exploring places that he shouldn't really be getting at. So it's kind of nice. When I'm doing laundry, he likes to be in the Jolly Jumper over there. So sorry for the extra noise, but that's just life right now. So yeah, I'm just coloring this in. And in my opinion, I feel like this actually looks better when these colors are darker, like bolder. I would even use like jewel tone colors if I were you, like maybe a deep like blue with, yeah, I paired it with orange last time, orange, maroon, something like that would look really good with the black leaves. I'm just gonna thicken up the branch here. All right, so that is the base of the first title page. I am going to go in and add a few things. So first of all, I'm taking a white gel pen here and I'm going to add a design onto the bird. I feel like white gel pen makes every theme better. Sorry, my husband just got home and started playing rather loudly with our son. But anyways, I'm adding some white gel pen because I feel like white gel pen makes simple themes like this a lot more exciting. So you can just do any kind of little designs on your bird. I'm gonna do something like that, and then on the wings I'll do a design as well. All right, now the last thing that you're gonna want to do is add a title. And I'm just gonna use my pink marker and do some calligraphy. So this month is actually the month of July in this journal, so that's what I'm going to write down here. But obviously I would write May instead, and I'll do that on a separate piece of paper right away, just so you can watch the letters actually come together if that's helpful for you. So I just ripped this out of the back of one of my old bullet journals, and actually what I would normally do would be have the design a little bit higher up and then a bigger title. So I'm going to write May a little bit bigger, as I would have tried to do. So first of all, I'm gonna have a thick downstroke and come up thin, down thick, same thing. All right. And there we go. That is how I would letter May for this month. Of course, change out the font, change out the colors, add a border, change the way the branches are done if you want to add color to that. Or something. But yeah, that is the first theme. All right, moving on to theme number 2. This is another idea that I got from you guys. The theme for the month of August in this journal is geckos. So I'm going to start off by writing August. I'm using blue and purple for this theme, again, because the customer likes light pastel colors. I'm using a lot of those, but obviously you can use different colors if that's what you like. So I just wrote August in this printed font. And again, if this were for the month of May, I would have written it something like this. So the letters that I'm doing here are about 3 Dockard spaces tall, just for reference. All right, so that's how I would have written May. You could thicken it up if you wanted to, but I'm just going to leave it like that for now. And now the design for this month is going to be these little geckos. So I'm going to start off, I'm just drawing like the gecko shape kind of over and over. So I'm going to start off with a head, move to a belly, then we just want to add a tail that's going to kind of curl in some way, little arms that have like kind of the fingers coming out, and we want to kind of stagger the arms, you know, and legs. All right, so that's kind of it. I'm just gonna color it in. So I'm just gonna scatter these little guys all over the page in blue, and then take my purple and add like some little gecko footprint sort of things. So this theme, I've never done it before, but the style that I'm doing it in, I feel like really embodies kind of my style in bullet journaling. At least when I'm being intentional about keeping things simple, which I usually am, because some of the key things that I try to do to keep things simple are, first of all, I feel like going in with marker first, helps so much, because now like multiple times I've made a gecko a weird shape. You know, I've made one side flatter than the other, whatever, but then you just go in with marker and add a little bit more like that, you know? So I feel like, I don't know, some people get nervous about going in with marker first. In my opinion, it makes things easier. It takes the pressure off because you can just adjust. I mean, obviously err on the side of making things like too small rather than too big, and then it's way easier to fix mistakes than if you went in with pen first, in my opinion. Another thing that I really like about this theme, or that's really like true to my style of journaling, is just how simple it is. Like, there's not a lot of detail here, so you don't need to know really like how to draw geckos to do this theme. You just kind of doodle a blob that looks kind of like a gecko. And these ones, I'm actually not going to add white gel pen to this. I like them just as they are, but you certainly could do that if you wanted to kind of up this theme a little bit. And I think this would be a theme that would look really, really good in vibrant colors. I chose pastels again because of this customer, but if you're using this theme in your own bullet journal, like, do not feel stuck to this color palette. I feel like this would look so cool with like bright orange, bright yellow, bright green, you know, really getting the vibrant colors in there. Also, I feel like half these legs look really messed up, but I'm hoping that once you actually are like looking at the final product, you won't notice that much. All right, so that's a good number of geckos for me. Now I'm just gonna take my purple and just kind of draw some like gecko footprints like that. Yeah, just kind of sprinkle those into some of the empty spaces. I feel like if I hadn't said that they were gecko footprints, you might just think they were like flowers, but they're supposed to be gecko footprints. But even if they don't look like it, they still fit with the theme, I feel like. Alright, so there we have theme number 2, and I love it. I am so obsessed with this one. I'm definitely going to use this more often in custom journals. Alright, for this next theme here, I'm just going to section off part of the page, and I'm not actually going to measure this. I'm just kind of going to eyeball it and then adjust accordingly. Sorry, my husband's out there with him, but there may be some noise. So I'm just going to section part of it off with some washi tape. And this theme is another one that was requested over on Instagram. And the theme that was requested was like, well, I had some requests for like Greek tiles or like Greek patterns. And this isn't like 100% gonna be that, but it's gonna be kind of like, that's what I got this idea from. So just so you know, that's the inspiration that I was drawing from, but I did want to take it and just make it really simple. So I'm going to draw, okay, sorry, I forget exactly what I was saying. I had to go out there. Baby's getting a little bit fed up in the Jolly Jumper, so I was trying to get my husband to get on that. So anyways, we're doing this sort of pattern here that's going to be like square, like swirls kind of. So I'll show you what I mean, or I guess diamond, I don't know, like squares at an angle, and they're going to be opening in different directions. So basically each of these little patterns is going to be 2 dock grid spaces diagonal in each direction. So I'm going to start off just kind of by drawing that and then fill it in, kind of moving in a swirl. And I'm just going to keep doing that over and over to fill this whole space. All right, so I'm just finishing up the design. And one thing I learned along the way very quickly is just remember, if you're making this theme, don't actually make your little like kind of diamond shape go the full 2 dot grid spaces, or like don't follow the line. Leave the lines as like the gaps between the 2 kind of diamond swirl things, if you see what I mean. So on my first one here, I like followed the line. It's way too big. My next ones had to be small to adjust. So just keep the dot grid space as a line between your swirly patterns, and that should help a lot. I did make a little mistake over here, which I'm going to kind of cover with white gel pen. But yeah, that is the base of the design. I am really happy with it. It's so simple, but I really love this color, and I feel like it's going to pair well with this kind of like coral sort of color. So I'm going to write the title for the month down here in kind of like an italicized printed font. So let's just try that. And this month is September in this journal. But of course, after I do this, I'm going to show you how I would letter May in this same font. And I'm just going to add a period. I feel like it looks cute. So there we go. I'm really happy with this one, even though it is so simple and there's a lot of white space. I feel like the white space really works. And obviously you could make this any size you wanted to. If you wanted this pattern to fill up pretty much the whole page, you could do that. If you want to do a square shape, a taller rectangle, even if you wanted to do like a faux Dutch door with this pattern, or if you wanted to sprinkle in some other color as well, I think that would be awesome. So here's how I would letter May, and I'm doing these 2 dot grid spaces tall and just kind of trying to write like on an angle. So really quick and easy like that, but of course you could pair a different font with this as well. So those are all of the theme ideas I have for you today. Here's the first one that we did, this little bird with white gel pen. Then we've got this sort of gecko theme for August. And then finally ended off strong with this Greek-inspired pattern. Thank you so much for joining me to go through a few theme ideas. I hope you enjoyed them, and I'll see you in the next video.